Assalamualaikum and hello everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Guest on Campus. I'm your host Laiba Hussain, a postgraduate student of Mass Communication Department at Forman Christian College, University, Lahore. Today we are thrilled to be joined by Friends of Forman, a group dedicated to promote quality higher education in Pakistan through their unwavering support and incredible work with FCCU. Today's discussion is centered around another monumental achievement for FCCU, its approval for candidacy status by New England Commission of Higher Education (NECI). Let's welcome our guests and dive into this remarkable journey and understand what it means for Forman community, Pakistan and beyond. So my first question is from Mr. John. Mr. John, achieving NECI candidacy status is a significant milestone. Can you elaborate on why this step is so important for Forman Christian College and what does it represent for the institution?
Firstly, I'd like to say that in the 160 years of Forman's existence, it's acquired an outstanding reputation within Pakistan and outside as well. The NECI accreditation I believe, takes it an extra step. Those in academia are already familiar with Forman, but the NECI accreditation just gives it a much wider audience, and I think a little bit more credibility. Those that know Forman understand its quality, but this just enables it to become a little bit broader in its audience and acceptability internationally.
Sir, for your insights. My next question is for Dr. Roger. Sir, how does the NECI process contribute to improving academic and administrative standards at FCCU, and how might this influence the broader educational landscape in Pakistan?
This is a milestone for Forman, for sure. And not only is Forman going to be the first institution in the country to achieve accreditation status, but the process is one that demands the university to really examine itself in the way it teaches, the way it holds different standards, the way it measures success, the workload of the faculty members, et cetera, et cetera. And so the New England Commission on Higher Education, which is NECI, has 9 standards that they have accredited universities have to attain to. And so Forman's been in a process that's already gone on for several years and will probably go on for several more years to reach certain milestones. But in that process, Forman's becoming better as an institution, and they're improving. Hopefully this is not only going to help Forman, but as you said, hopefully it's going to be an influence to the rest of the educational landscape in Pakistan. Already several of the universities have now begun the pursuit of this accreditation process that are several years behind Forman. But I believe that Forman will continue to be a model and to take the lead in what ultimately will create better academic environment in the entire country.
In fact, this milestone actually shows that it has raised the bar of excellence, academic excellence, and it is a role model for other institutions to not give up and to have a better representation internationally.
Yes.
So, Sir John, in what ways does NECI candidacy align with FCCU's liberal arts mission and its commitment to developing leaders who can thrive in multicultural and diverse societies?
I mean, it's so natural. I mean, this is exactly what NECI is looking for. It is to create leaders, to create educational institutions that broadly educate the individuals attending it. And many of the schools that NECI accredits in the state have a large number of international students. I mean, I think from our perspective at Friends, we would love to see in 10 or 15 years to see a large number of international students coming to Forman. I think that really enhances the overall experience, both for those students and for the Forman student. I mean, the world that we're looking ahead to is going to be increasingly interconnected. And I think that understanding that you get through the natural bonds of just being in proximity to each other is going to be very vital. So I think the whole liberal arts approach is really very valuable, and we hope that it will expand Forman's reach beyond Punjab and Pakistan.
As we all know that NECI is also a prestigious accrediting body in the US as well. So how does achieving candidacy status set FCCU apart from other universities in Pakistan or South Asia?
Well, they're the first university in this region to achieve candidacy status, which is a very significant milestone. That is the second of three major steps. The final step is actual accreditation. But even now, NECI considers anyone who graduates from Forman from this point forward having graduated from a NECI university that is part of that accreditation. So even now, Forman graduates are going to have a certain status in the United States higher education system that they didn't have last year. And I think that that's going to be very attractive and very fruitful for Forman graduates. It gives them almost broader marketability, if you will, a greater opportunity to potentially pursue their studies outside of Pakistan. And here again, Forman's the only institution that's achieved that status thus far.
I believe this is not just a milestone for just the institution, but it is also a huge thing for the students as well. I did my graduation from FCCU, and I'm a postgraduate student here. And now I aim to pursue my PhD abroad, and I think it's gonna look great on my CV to have FCCU as my institution.
Absolutely.
We hope you will do that study in our area.
Dr. Roger, can you please, would you like to shed some light on this question, that how did the faculty, staff, students and the friends of Forman contributed to this success? And can you share some behind the scenes efforts that made this milestone possible?
I guess I'll start with Friends of Forman. Friends of Forman wants to do everything we can to support the university and the leadership here. And we do that in numerous ways, as you know. We help provide scholarships to deserving students that have financial need. We help with some of the leadership and programming costs on campus and help with some of the infrastructure and building costs. We also have two people on our board of directors who have direct experience with the accreditation process, having served either as presidents of major universities in the United States or as provosts of universities. And so they served as a resource for the administration here, kind of guiding them through the process. Also, very significant was the role that the entire university played in this process. As many of you probably know, your listeners know, when NECI came and visited earlier this year, they held a series of gatherings where people were able to give feedback and interact, and they were able to answer questions. NECI said they've never seen a university have that degree of involvement and interaction. They'll ask students to come and 10 come, maybe. I think there were well over 100 students that came and gave voice. Same thing with staff. Sometimes you'll ask staff and some participate, some don't. Many staff came and were a part of that. And I know that every academic department was very involved behind the scenes, producing kind of a self-analysis of the university. That I've seen this document. It's almost 200 pages long, that has terrific information for some of our purposes. When I go talk with donors, I can refer back to some of this because it's got great information. But that doesn't just happen overnight. The leadership has to work with the faculty and the staff and the students, gather all this information together, present this to NECI, and NECI walked away thoroughly impressed and actually gave high accolades to the rector and said, "We've never seen this before." So that's just a huge testament to Forman.
As we all say, FCCU is it has diverse community. Like, staff is not different. The faculty, the staff, the students, everyone has contributed, and I think that's what makes this success more beautiful, because everyone contributed in it. My last question will be from Mr. John. Sir, what tangible benefits will current and future students experience as a result of this recognition, both academically and in terms of career prospects?
It really is a matter of just providing additional opportunities. And the panache of the accreditation, it just puts you in a different category. And you have that first mover advantage by achieving candidacy already. And I do think the opportunities for the students to study abroad and then perhaps to get employment abroad and then bring those skills back here. That should be a tremendous opportunity. It's difficult to know where the world is going exactly. So I think anything that broadens the opportunities for bright young minds and leaders to explore wherever that may take them, and that's a great thing.
Indeed, it is. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your insights and for walking us through what NETCHI is and how it is a significant milestone for FCCU. Thank you so much for your time.